So now for the final part of sketching Lisa from Blackpink musical band, our main focus will be on the three parts. First of all, the coat that she is wearing, the hand of hers which is only part visible, right hand, and the left side part of the shoulder that is visible. Now we'll start from the hands. The main thing about making any hands which are little bit tilted or the fingers are little bit tilted or any other parts are tilting, just like she's holding a lipstick, right? So if you want to make a tilted hand, it is more difficult as compared to making a straight hand, because smaller parts of fingers are visible but not every parts are visible. So you have to just assume the parts which are tilting or curving on the parts. Just like if you will see your hands and just keep on focusing, like if you are holding something, just see the parts which are little bit of holding or curving on the parts, like the middle finger or the forefinger. It is little bit of curving on any other parts. So if you want to make it on the portrait that you want, it is more difficult as compared to making a straight hand. So focus on the details where the lines and the fingers are a little bit curving. So you have to zoom out your pictures as much as you want so that you can apply more and more details. In every portraits that I make, in every videos that I make tutorials, every time I say that just zoom out your picture as much as you can so that you can apply more and more details. But the problem is that if you will use a gallery application that you have, you cannot zoom out your pictures as much as you want. And the second main difference or the main problem that most of the artists face is that they just print out the reference picture or the commissioned artwork picture and they just make grades on them and just start making. But the main problem here is that if you want to zoom out the print or the paper that you have used, you cannot zoom out it, right? So if you are a beginner or intermediate artist and using your mobiles for sketching your portraits and using grid method, just zoom out your picture as much as you can so that you can have more and more details. But the problem here, another problem arrives here, is that if you will zoom out your pictures in your gallery application, you cannot zoom out as much as you want. So you have to use a third party applications like PicsArt, Snapseed. I'm not just promoting it, I am using in everyday life, like in every portrait that I make, like grid method or any other portraits, I'm using PicsArt for any other things, so that I can zoom out my pictures as much as I want and I can apply more and more details to my sketches. Now, and the final problem arrives while using a grid method or any other thing is that if you are making a commission artwork, you will see that the reference picture that you are having is not full resolution or more details or HD video or HD photo. So if you will zoom out that picture, the pixel will totally faded and you cannot have more and more details. And if you don't see any details, you cannot apply more details on your sketches. So you just have to blend your portraits. And the problem arrives is that if you blend every part of the portrait or the skin texture or anything, it will look completely like a drawing but not realistic drawing. So every time if you sketch any portrait or a reference picture, if you are having a reference picture, just tell your commission artwork person or the reference picture that you are making, like the Lisa's portrait that I am using is completely full resolution portrait, so that I can have more and more details. So I will recommend that use full resolution pictures. And if you don't have full resolution pictures, you have to assume where the parts are a little bit of tilting, where the details are going. But for those parts and assuming those parts, you have to make more and more sketches, like 250-300 sketches, so that you can have an idea of what skin texture look like, what a skin texture and nose, lips and eyes looks like. Now for making the coat, on the right hand side part of the coat, there are 3 layers. It is not completely black, it is not completely gray also, but for the first layer of the base layer, I am using a medium charcoal pencil so that I can have more and more light values. Because if you will apply directly soft charcoal pencil, it will give you a completely black look and you don't want it, right? Because if you will zoom out the reference picture that I am having, there are details which are completely black and layer bit parts are layer bit less black, not completely gray but less black, because the light source is coming directly towards those parts. So those parts are not laid a bit of complete black but little bit of less black. So for that part I am using base layer as a medium charcoal pencil, then blending it using a hard makeup brush, blending every part, and then I will see more details where the coat darker parts of coats are and not darker parts which are less light. So using soft charcoal pencil I will apply to the soft charcoal pencil only in applying only parts those are black or completely black, so that it will give me a realistic look. Now the same thing that I have used in coat making, the middle part of coat is the same thing, but the parts which are blending like hairs and coats, those are two parts where the neck is also there. So those are the two parts where the blending is going on, but those parts are completely black. I have zoomed out my picture, reference picture as much as I can, but I cannot see more details. So I have just made a soft charcoal pencil into a complete black charcoal pencil, and the details are here on your video that you are watching. Now on the left hand side part of the shoulder and the neck part, the main difference between these parts and the face and the hand is that it is completely white, because the light source is straight on this part. So and the main thing is that if you want to make a part completely white and also skin texture, it is more hard as compared to making a dark skin tone. So for this, the same thing that we have used in every part, it is mandatory in every portraits. I have just used 2B pencil for making a base layer, then blending it using a blending stump. Just keep on focusing, then the blending stump I have just sharpened it again and again, so that in previous part where I have used a blending stump on the face, on the nose parts which are a little bit of darker, and if I will use the same blending stump on the parts which are her neck and the shoulder part which are completely white, it will give me a darker look, and I don't want that, right? And while using a blending stump on skin texture, you have to keep on focusing on the details, because if you will apply a little bit of pressure on the blending stump, it will give you a darker look on the particular area, and if you want to erase it afterwards, it is not easily erasable. And if you will apply more and more pressure on your rubbers to erase it, it will give you a darker or the look that you don't want, and it will look horrible or a drawing type look. So keep on focusing on those details also. As you can see, the darker parts which are the shoulder and the shoulder bone, I am just darkening those parts with 3B pencil, not darkening every part, but the simple parts like a shoulder bone I have just used 3B pencil, and then I am using a rubber for the parts. I am rubbing only parts which are completely white, as I have used in skin texture. So that was all for this tutorial. If you have learned something from this video, subscribe and drop a like and comment down your question and queries regarding this tutorial. Meanwhile, take care of your loved ones too. Have an artistic day. Tattoos.